Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, June 12, 2026. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar for today. So what do we have here? The most important data releases for today are the GDP from the UK. As you can see, both of them were already released. GDP in line with expectations minus 0.1%. German CPI data in line with expectations minus 0.2%, so down from 0.3 in the UK and down from 0.6 in the Eurozone. And those are the key high important data releases for today. Non-event US session in terms of the high importance data releases. So without any further ado, let's switch to the charts and we start with euro dollar. So after the data were released, the market didn't do much because we got the movement to the upside. That was yesterday night, and now we are testing yet again this level of 1.1577, local high 1.1590. So this is like 13 pips higher. Nevertheless, the pulse still doesn't look that strong as they supposed to. Look at this. Whole week we've been trading inside of this very narrow zone. Supports holds, as you can see, and the resistance holds likewise. So we've been trading sideways, testing support, testing resistance, and so on. There is no avail. Today is Friday. Maybe with this breakout to the upside in the RSI, we will see some kind of a upside movement, but we need to wait for this situation to develop. Almost the same chart is on the cable. Big movement to the upside yet again. Breakout, but no sustained movement towards 1.3484. Breakout above 1.3407, local high 1.3432. Breakout above the level of 50 on the RSI, but no follow through. Nothing is going on in this area. Everything is going on in this area as well. Please remember that our scenario consists with the downside movement here. Downside movement towards the lows of the wave A, 1.33, and then even below. US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Please take a look at this. Again, I told you guys many times, if we get towards the supply zone, we might see bigger activity of bears. And there you are. Local high 160.56, local low 159.59, so almost 100 pips. 4 hour time frame candlestick was produced. Now the pullback to the upside is being made. We went as high as level of 70, extremely overbought conditions, and then spiked to the downside in the RSI. So yet again, bears are getting active around the supply zone. So please pay attention to the supply zone. We might see even bigger and more aggressive movement to the downside soon. Gold market after hitting the trend line, and this is apparently accidental trend line, but yes, we hit the trend line 4023 and now bounced to the upside from the extremely oversold conditions, almost towards the level of 50 on the RSI. Nevertheless, the lows of 4,268 has not been yet hit, so this is the next target. Nevertheless, it looks like the situation here kind of looks bearish again, because we have the pin bar here, rejection. It's still green pin bar. Nevertheless, it's the movement to the downside is confirmed, and now we should see some kind of a downside movement yet again. Please remember that in the background we have a downtrend. We have a downtrend in the background, and the ease of movement is still to the downside. And just recently we broke below the wave W low 4,100 and 4,100 basically. So this might be the area where there is movement to the upside initiated, and we will see another movement to the upside, because that's the last chance for the bulls to do something about it. If they won't do something about it, the bearish pressure will be stronger. We will have a one spike to the upside and then a failure and reversal lower. All right, if there is not enough momentum, not enough engagement from the bulls. All right, so please keep an eye on the gold as well. SP500 As I said, bullish divergence, and today we have a spike to the upside to about 7,417. We are still below the local supply zone. Of course, yesterday we added the Fibonacci levels, so we have plenty of support levels here. So the market is very, very well supported, and we should see another movement to the upside soon. This is the biggest correction during this whole upswing. So because we hit the extremely oversold conditions, the correction might be completed. Now the bullish divergence is done. We hit the level of 50. We hit the neutral level. We should see another expansion here towards the supply zone, or capitulation and reversal lower. Very interesting situation to observe. Crude oil spikes lower, fills the gap completely. Fills the gap completely, and now is targeting 84.49, or even the lows from the end of the middle of the April, located at 80.55. Momentum is, as you can see, negative. Reversed again, yet again from the level of 55 points, now 36. So there is still bearish pressure here on this chart, and I'm wondering just if I could possibly put this, something like that. Yeah, so we are still, as you can see, under the pressure. Because market hits the local trend line and gets reversed. So that's another clue that bears are in charge of the crude oil. Bears are in charge of the Bitcoin as well. Local trading in the narrow zone between 64,000. Barely, we moved barely above the level of 58 points, and now we are pointing to the downside. So it looks like the Bitcoin is making a pause during its down move, and it doesn't actually looks like reversal. It doesn't actually looks like downtrend termination or something like this. It looks more like situation where we have a little bit of the pause in the downswing, and as soon as the bears get stronger, they might push this even below, way below the level of 60,000. Please remember that's the next target on the daily time frame chart. Let me just zoom out. Okay, this is now obviously we don't need it anymore. Two bearish flags, yeah, and now the next target, I think we have placed this next target. Let me just go to the weekly for the Bitcoin weekly. Yeah, the next target, if we break below 60,000 yet again, is located roughly around this level here, 48,000, 50,000. Yeah, so that area might be the line of last resort before we will get way lower in the $21,000-$25,000 area. So to be or not to be for the Bitcoin is right now. First bearish flag, second bearish flag. Now what the bulls are going to do with it? We've been inside of this weekly negative zone for quite some time. The almost whole 2026. Very good bearish divergence. Look at this big weekly bearish divergence. Free potential swings to the upside, lower swing, lower swing, finally breakout towards the extremely oversold conditions on weekly that we have not seen since the June 2022. So now might be the time to do something in this area here, this zone here, especially roughly around $50,000. Maybe there will be a spark to the upside on the weekly, but we need to wait for the confirmation on lower time frames. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.